Harrison Sanford, Aqib Talib. We're going to break down that matchup against the Detroit Lions in our second segment. But first, before we even get to the Chiefs game, I know a bunch of you must have seen Aqib on Monday Night Football with the Sheriff, Peyton Manning, doing the Manning cast. Aqib,
yes, sir.
A joy to watch. Yeah, it was a joy to watch. What was your favorite part of the experience?
I don't know. Just Eli firing Peyton up the whole time. Eli just joke on Peyton the whole time, man. So that'd be super funny to me, man. But just, just to get a chance, get the call from Peyton. That's my favorite part of the experience. The random text at a random time of the day, ding, and it's Peyton like, hey, you coming on the show? With his little jokes in there and stuff. So the invite definitely was my favorite part.
For sure. And I didn't get the story I didn't know there was a sock story that you had his socks as well. Are there Aqib Talib socks? Can we get some?
Yeah, they got them. I think DT was in the locker room. Somebody sent them some socks, and they had like all the star players. Everybody had a pair of socks with everybody. But when we get gifts like that in the locker room, we kind of just go put it on the table in the locker room. And then, you know what I'm saying, if you want it, you can get it. But DT was like, I got these socks, y'all. He put them on the table. And, I'm big dog in there. Give me the Peytons. You know what I'm saying? People wanted them Peytons, but I big dog them Peytons, though. You know what I'm saying? Big dog lead. Give me them Peytons.
Oh, goodness. Speaking of gifts, the Kansas City Chiefs were given a gift by the Denver Broncos this past Sunday on Sunday Night Football. There was a 12-minute drive, almost 12 minutes, 20 plays, and ended up with no points. I'm sure the Chiefs were happy to see that on their side of the ball. But as a Broncos commentator and looking from the Broncos point of view, Aqib, what do you think of that drive, and what do you think about the overall game in general?
It was a hard fought game, man. They had a lot of empty drives. That wasn't the only drive where they drove down and came away with no points. But man, that's a tough place to play, man. It's tough to play there. The weather, the crowd, everything about it. But that 12-minute drive I would have took the 3. I don't think the game was as ugly at that point. Maybe it was 10 or 14 points by Kansas City, but I would have took the 3, man, and put some points on the board. I don't want to have the ball for that long, 12 minutes, and not get any points. So I probably would have took the 3 at that moment.
Question. So, and you being with Peyton last night kind of reminded me of this dynamic. So you have Cortland Sutton, Tim Patrick under contract. Jerry Jeudy's there as well. These are wide receivers under contract, but you have somebody like Teddy Bridgewater who's kind of on trial, right? You lose a primetime game like that in what seemed to be a pivotal matchup. Do you worry about how is the locker room dynamic? Do you worry about the locker room dynamic coming out of a game like that, where the defense did their job for the most part?
Well, I mean, that's kind of how the season been going. So, I mean, either the defense do their job and the offense don't, or the offense put a bunch of points up and the defense give up a bunch of points, man. So they ain't been clicking on all cylinders, all 3 phases of the game in too many games this year. But man, I don't think it really messed with the locker room at this point, man. The locker room is the locker room. Everybody in it together. Everybody trying to win. So they not worried about who the quarterback gonna be next year. They worried about getting it done this year, man. Trying to go 4-1 in these last 5 or something like that. And I bet you, Teddy a good guy. If you in the locker room with Teddy, you gonna believe in him. You gonna be his friend. You gonna want him to win, man. So I'm sure the whole Broncos locker room is still behind Teddy.
Speaking of getting it going and cheering each other on, I'm sure Melvin Gordon had to be excited for Javonte Williams getting the start and looked good doing that. I know a lot of people when it comes to fantasy football might want Javonte Williams to get that full-time role instead of splitting it 50-50. Need to know from you, do running backs get a rhythm? Is it time to give Javonte Williams that full-time role? Is it in the Broncos' best interest going forward? Not next year, this year, trying to get a playoff spot. Is it in their best interest to make him the lead bell cow back?
I don't think so, man. I think how they're using him now is the way he kind of been used in his career, right? He kind of got used that way at North Carolina. He had the Jets running back over there with him, and they kind of split that time. That kind of keep you fresh, man. They want to give you the ball every play. Now you get banged up and you're not as explosive. You don't break as many tackles. So I look at it like, man, that 1-2 punch, he stay fresh. He stay a bowling ball. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to turn to a pinball. You know what I'm saying? You stay a bowling ball. They monitoring your carries perfectly fine right now. I think they're doing a great job of it. The run game ain't the problem.
102 yards, 76 receiving yards. He was on point this past weekend on Sunday Night Football against the Chiefs. We'll see what he can do against the Lions. And when we come back, we'll break down that matchup. This is Call to the Booth.
I'm going to go teaser two. I'm going to start it on Thursday night. And I'm going to go with the dog on Thursday night. I'm going Steelers +9. So let's go Steelers on the road +9 on Thursday. And let's put that with the Raiders in Kansas City plus what's that's going to come out to 15.5. So I like the Raiders plus 15.5. And I like the Steelers plus 9.5. The Raiders, just because that's a division game, man. They know each other. Those games are always tight. Derek Carr always finds some juice in Kansas City. I don't care who playing. I don't care who hurt. He going to find some juice in Kansas City and make that game close, man, because that's a division game he always do. And the Steelers, they're not going to go lose to 9. They're not going to go lose by 9 to the Vikings. No Thielen probably, no Cook, no Thielen. I think the Steelers will be okay. And the Dogs been going crazy on Thursday nights, man. Primetime period, but mainly Thursday night. So I'm riding with them Steelers plus the points.
Coming off a disappointing loss to the Kansas City Chiefs, I know a lot of Broncos fans might not be too optimistic about the season going forward, but Aqib, you and I looked at this schedule. The Broncos still have a very good chance to get into the playoffs and get into the playoffs with momentum.
Yeah, that AFC is wide open, man. As long as you control your own destiny, you got a chance, man. So they got the Lions this week. Then they got a big game versus the Bengals, and it's at home. That's one of those teams who fighting for that wild card spot. They either going to be 5th or 7th or maybe win a division, but they're going to be one of those teams who you got to knock off. And then after that, it's all division games. So you got the Raiders, you got the Chargers, you got the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? If you could come out this thing 3-2, maybe 4-1, you definitely good. You come out 3-2, you still got a chance, no matter what those two are. If those two are the Raiders and the Chargers, or maybe the Bengals and the Chargers, you still got a chance here, man. So they just need to lock in on the Lions, lock in on Detroit, take it one game at a time, get in these playoffs, baby.
It's something that you said on the Manning cast. By Friday, you don't want it to be gray. You want it to be black and white when it comes to the game plan. So give us the black and white game plan. You have played with Jared Goff. How do you defend? Now he doesn't have the same weapons that he did in Los Angeles.
Right.
How do you prepare and defend Jared Goff? How would you do it if you were a member of the Denver Broncos?
Well, playing the Lions, they don't really have that. They don't really have that true number one go-to X type of receiver, right? They go to guys in the middle. It's Hockenson, man. So me, I'm playing man. You know I love man. Harrison, I'm playing man. You got the guys to do it. Darby, Surtain, Justin Simmons. He could lock down Hockenson, man. He'll guard Hockenson. You put Kareem on him, give him a little help in the middle. I'm blitzing JG right in his face off the edge. He's not mobile at all, so I can blitz him in all different kind of ways. Playing tight coverage, I'm gonna make him make throws with pressure in his face, baby.
Could be a day for Bradley Chubb. Could be a day for Jonathan Cooper. Could be a day for Malik Reed getting pressure on Jared Goff for sure. Offensively, on the other side of the ball, I assume just more Javonte Williams. Melvin Gordon did not play last week because of a hip injury. Do you kind of risk it here not playing him? Do you give Javonte the full-time role one more time and make sure that Melvin is good for other games here like the Bengals game? Or do you say you have to win this week but putting in Melvin? How do you feel? Like if he's questionable, do you on the other side of playing him or on the other side of not playing him?
Yeah, I think we talking about a hip and we talking about a running back now. I think you got to make sure he all the way good. And you got a running back who can shoulder the load. You got a backup who could take some of the carries off of Javonte. So I said I let him sit, man. Let him sit one more time. It's the Lions. You at home. Let him get healthy. Let Javonte shoulder that load again, and run that ball, man. And you got to pick and choose when you're gonna take his shots with this Lions defense. They give up a bunch of deep balls. A lot of guys run free through this secondary, so you got to take your shots. So I think it'll be a good bounce back week offensively and defensively for the Broncos.
All right, so week 14, Broncos are an 8-point favorite at home against Detroit Lions with a 42 over-under. Aqib, what you got?
Broncos gonna cover, and it's gonna go. Let's go under. Big bounce back week offensively. They're gonna get like 20-some points up. Under 10, 10 or under for the Detroit, man. So we're going under 42. Broncos gonna cover the 8-point spread.
When we come back next week, we'll recap the matchup between the Lions, and we'll also see what happened between the Chargers and the Giants, the Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs, and we'll preview that big matchup with the Cincinnati Bengals at home. This is Call to the Booth with Aqib Talib. I'm Harrison Sanford. See you next time.